Welcome back to part 2 of the North Carolina DMV practice test training. Keep answering each question before the correct answer appears, and keep track of your score. The official North Carolina Driver Handbook link is in the description. At the end of the video, check your score challenge ranking and comment how many questions you got right on video 2. Are you a North Carolina DMV king or queen, a road lion, a smart wolf, a practice bear, or a comeback turtle? Let's find out. Good luck and let's get started.
Question 54. If you accumulate 7 points on your driving record, what may happen? A. You may need to provide proof of financial responsibility. B. Your license may be suspended. C. You may be required to attend a driver improvement clinic. D. All of the above may happen. Correct answer. You may be required to attend a driver improvement clinic. Question 55. When driving in icy conditions, you should try to get better traction by A. Increasing your speed. B. Driving on the shoulder. C. Reducing your speed by 5 miles per hour. D. Using chains. Correct answer. Using chains. Question 56. Where there are 2 or more lanes of traffic moving in the same direction, slower vehicles should use A. The right lane, except when passing or making a left turn. B. The left lane. C. The center lane. D. The left lane, except when passing or making a right turn. Correct answer. The right lane, except when passing or making a left turn. Question 57. To make a right turn from a 4-lane divided highway, enter the right lane well in advance of the turn and make A. A tight turn into the right lane of the cross street. B. A right turn at high speed. C. A wide turn into the right lane of the cross street. D. A tight turn into the left lane of the cross street. Correct answer. A tight turn into the right lane of the cross street. Question 58. When making a U-turn, you should not A. Yield the right-of-way to pedestrians. B. Make it on a curve or near a hill. C. Yield the right-of-way to oncoming vehicles. D. Give a turn signal. Correct answer. Make it on a curve or near a hill. Question 59. On steep mountain grades, blank, are built to stop runaway vehicles safely without injuring drivers or passengers. A. Deceleration lanes. B. Weave lanes. C. Escape ramps. D. Acceleration lanes. Correct answer. Escape ramps. Question 60. When the yellow lights are flashing, all drivers approaching, blank, must obey the posted speed limit. A. An interstate highway. B. A work zone. C. A railroad crossing. D. A school zone. Correct answer. A school zone. Question 61. You approach a pedestrian with a white cane who is about to cross the road. What should you do? A. Slow down. B. Stop. C. Use your horn. D. Take a detour. Correct answer. Stop. Question 62. Things that can distract you from driving include A. Checking the traffic behind you frequently. B. Text messaging or talking on the phone. C. Checking your blind spots. D. Checking your mirrors. Correct answer. Text messaging or talking on the phone. Question 63. Before changing lanes, you should A. Check your rear view and side mirrors. B. Check your mirrors and look over your shoulder toward the rear. C. Check behind you and look in your side mirrors. D. Check your speed and look over your shoulder toward the rear. Correct answer. Check your mirrors and look over your shoulder toward the rear. Question 64. If you are under emotional or physical stress while driving a vehicle, you should A. Drive fast and reach your destination as soon as possible. B. Stop driving or have someone else drive. C. Take medication and drive. D. Start talking on your cell phone while driving. Correct answer. Stop driving or have someone else drive. Question 65. What is the correct hand signal for indicating a right turn? A. Hand and arm extended downward, palm facing backward. B. Hand and arm extended upward, palm facing forward. C. Hand and arm extended outward, forefinger pointing leftward. D. Hand and arm extended backward, forefinger pointing backward. Correct answer. Hand and arm extended upward, palm facing forward. Question 66. Which of the following statements about parking is false? A. It is legal to park within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. B. In an emergency, it is legal to park on the shoulder of the road as far away from traffic as possible. C. It is illegal to park on the traveled portion of a highway. D. When parking on a downhill grade, turn your wheels toward the curb. Correct answer. It is legal to park within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. Question 67. When driving in rural areas, you must pay more attention to A. Sunrises and sunsets. B. Acceleration lanes. C. Unmarked railroad crossings and hidden intersections. D. Steep hills. Correct answer. Unmarked railroad crossings and hidden intersections. Question 68. Which of the following violations carries the most points? A. Reckless driving. B. Leaving the scene of an accident, hit and run, not involving injury. C. Driving without a license. D. Passing a school bus that is stopped to unload passengers. Correct answer. Passing a school bus that is stopped to unload passengers. Question 69. On a highway with 3 lanes in each direction, a vehicle towing a trailer keeps right because A. Of the high speed of the vehicle. B. Of lack of visibility. C. It moves slower than other vehicles. D. A no zone exists behind this vehicle. Correct answer. It moves slower than other vehicles. Question 70. Where there are 2 or more lanes of traffic in each direction, broken white lines are used. A. To indicate the right edge of the roadway. B. To divide each side of the roadway into separate lanes of traffic traveling in opposite directions. C. To divide each side of the roadway into separate lanes of traffic traveling in the same direction. D. To indicate the left edge of the roadway. Correct answer. To divide each side of the roadway into separate lanes of traffic traveling in the same direction. Question 71. On a multi-lane roundabout, if you intend to exit the roundabout less than halfway around it, use A. The left lane. B. The center lane. C. The right lane. D. None of the above. Correct answer. The right lane. Question 72. Disabled persons who display their placards can park at A. blank curb. A. White. B. Green. C. Red. D. Blue. Correct answer. Blue. Question 73. What does a yield sign mean? A. Make a complete stop before proceeding. B. Give the right of way to other traffic. C. Drive through quickly to avoid stopping. D. Ignore approaching vehicles. Correct answer. Give the right of way to other traffic. Question 74. What should you do when driving at night and meeting an oncoming vehicle? A. Use high beams. B. Turn off your headlights. C. Dim your high beams. D. Look directly at the other vehicle's lights. Correct answer. Dim your high beams. Question 75. If an emergency vehicle is stopped on the roadside, you must A. Continue driving normally. B. Move over if possible or slow down. C. Stop completely. D. Honk to alert other drivers. Correct answer. Move over if possible or slow down. Question 76. What should you do if your vehicle skids on a wet road? A. Slam on the brakes. B. Turn the wheels in the opposite direction. C. Steer in the direction of the skid. D. Accelerate immediately. Correct answer. Steer in the direction of the skid. Question 77. If your vehicle stops on railroad tracks when a train is approaching, you should A. Try to push the vehicle off the tracks. B. Open your doors and try to warn the train. C. Get everyone out of the vehicle. D. Try to restart the engine. Correct answer. Get everyone out of the vehicle. Question 78. When approaching a stop sign, you must A. Slow down only. B. Stop completely. C. Honk your horn. D. Speed up. Correct answer. Stop completely. Question 79. A flashing yellow light means A. Stop. B. Proceed with caution. C. School zone. D. Road closed. Correct answer. Proceed with caution. Question 80. You may pass on the right when A. The vehicle ahead is turning left. B. You are on a curve. C. You are at a railroad crossing. D. You are in a school zone. Correct answer. The vehicle ahead is turning left. Question 81. If another driver is tailgating you, you should A. Brake suddenly. B. Increase speed. C. Move right and let them pass. D. Honk continuously. Correct answer. Move right and let them pass. Question 82. A driver license is required for which of the following? I. Sitting in the driver's seat of a car while the engine is running. E. Steering a car while it is being pushed or towed by another vehicle. A. I only. B. Two only. C. Both I and two. D. Neither I nor two. Correct answer. Both I and two. Question 83. If you refuse a legal chemical test issued by a law enforcement officer, the Division of Motor Vehicles is required to A. Place you on probation. B. Wait for a court decision before taking action. C. Assign you to a driver improvement clinic. D. Revoke your driver license for at least 12 months. Correct answer. Revoke your driver license for at least 12 months. Question 84. Which of the following happens under the point system? I. A warning letter is sent when you get 4 points within 3 years. E. If you get 12 points within 3 years, you may lose your license. A. I only. B. Two only. C. Both I and two. D. Neither I nor two. Correct answer. Two only. Question 85. When you have 7 points, which of the following may happen? I. You are required to file proof of financial responsibility. E. You can have 3 points deducted if you complete a driver improvement clinic. A. I only. B. 2 only. C. Both I and 2. D. Neither I nor 2. Correct answer: 2 only. Question 86. Conviction for which item carries the highest number of points? A. Reckless driving. B. Hit and run with property damage. C. Driving without a license. D. Passing a stopped school bus that is unloading children. Correct answer: passing a stopped school bus that is unloading children. Question 87. You will lose your license if you are convicted of A. Driving without a license. B. Passing a stopped school bus. C. Failing to yield the right of way. D. Speeding more than 75 miles per hour. Correct answer: speeding more than 75 miles per hour. Question 88. About 38% all traffic fatalities involve which of the following? I. Alcohol. E. More than one car. A. I only. B. 2 only. C. Both I and 2. D. Neither I nor 2. Correct answer: I only. Question 89. The percentage of highway deaths caused by drunken persons is about A. 10. B. 25. C. 38. D. 67. Correct answer: 38. Question 90. Which of these statements about pedestrian deaths are correct? I. In cities, 2 of every 5 people killed in motor vehicle crashes are pedestrians. E. Most of the pedestrians killed in all traffic crashes are teenagers. A. I only. B. 2 only. C. Both I and 2. D. Neither I nor 2. Correct answer: I only. Question 91. You are driving through an intersection with a green light. A pedestrian starts crossing your path while ignoring the red signal. What should you do first? A. Continue because you have the right of way. B. Sound a warning with your horn. C. Yield the right of way to the pedestrian. D. Confront the pedestrian. Correct answer: sound a warning with your horn. Question 92. When the traffic light turns green at an intersection and you are going straight, you should A. Make sure there are no more vehicles in the intersection or coming through it. B. Go through the intersection as quickly as possible. C. Stop and wait for the next signal. D. Watch for vehicles that are turning. Correct answer: make sure there are no more vehicles in the intersection or coming through it. Question 93. People with disabilities who display their placards may park their vehicles at A. blank curb. A. Red. B. Green. C. Blue. D. White. Correct answer: blue. Question 94. Before entering an intersection, you should watch for A. Vehicles approaching from the right. B. Vehicles approaching from the left. C. Pedestrians crossing. D. All of the above. Correct answer: all of the above. Question 95. Backing up on interstate highways is not allowed except by A. Emergency vehicles. B. Large trucks. C. Slow-moving farm equipment. D. Motorcycles. Correct answer: emergency vehicles. Question 96. Large flashing electronic arrow panels may be used in work zones day and night to A. Divert drivers into work areas. B. Direct drivers into certain traffic lanes. C. Direct drivers to certain parking areas. D. Stop fast drivers. Correct answer. Direct drivers into certain traffic lanes. Question 97. When there are 3 or more lanes moving in one direction, drivers use the left lane if they want to. A. Go slowly or enter the road. B. Go faster or turn left. C. Go faster or turn right. D. Go slowly or turn left. Correct answer. Go faster or turn left. Question 98. What does a flashing yellow arrow signal mean? A. The yellow arrow is about to turn red. Do not turn in the direction of the arrow. B. You may turn in the direction of the arrow after yielding to oncoming traffic. C. You have the right of way in the direction of the arrow. D. You may go straight immediately. Correct answer. You may turn in the direction of the arrow after yielding to oncoming traffic. Question 99. You may pass another vehicle when there is a blank next to your lane. A. Solid white line. B. Solid double yellow line. C. Broken white line. D. Solid yellow line. Correct answer. Broken white line. Question 100. Before changing lanes, you should A. Check your rear view and side mirrors. B. Check your speed and look over your shoulder. C. Check your mirrors and look over your shoulder. D. Look behind you and check your side mirrors. Correct answer. Check your mirrors and look over your shoulder. Question 101. If you are under emotional or physical stress while driving a car, you should A. Stop driving or ask another person to drive. B. Drive quickly and get to your destination as soon as possible. C. Take medicine and continue driving. D. Start talking on your mobile phone while driving. Correct answer. Stop driving or ask another person to drive. Question 102. Which of the following statements about parking is false? A. When parking on a hill, turn your wheels toward the curb. B. It is illegal to park in the busy part of an interstate highway. C. It is legal to park within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. D. In an emergency, you may park on the side of the road as far away from traffic as possible. Correct answer. It is legal to park within 15 feet of a fire hydrant. Question 103. Things that can distract you from driving include A. Checking traffic behind you repeatedly. B. Checking your mirrors. C. Texting or talking on the phone. D. Checking your blind spots. Correct answer. Texting or talking on the phone. Question 104. You should not sound your horn. A. If a pedestrian starts crossing in front of you against a red light. B. To warn the driver in front of you that you are about to pass. C. To greet another driver. D. In an emergency. Correct answer. To greet another driver. Question 105. When approaching or driving through a work zone, you should not A. Watch for lower speed limits. B. Reduce your speed. C. Match the flow of traffic. D. Weave from lane to lane. Correct answer. Weave from lane to lane. Question 106. Rumble strips and warning sounds are used to warn sleepy or inattentive drivers that they are A. Approaching a freeway. B. Approaching a school zone. C. Approaching a parking lot or playground. D. Approaching a stop sign or traffic signal. Correct answer. Approaching a stop sign or traffic signal.
Great job completing this part of the North Carolina DMV practice test training. Now check your score. 50 or more correct. North Carolina DMV king or queen. 40 to 49, correct road lion. 30 to 39, correct smart wolf. 20 to 29, correct practice bear. Under 20, correct comeback turtle. Comment your score below. Be honest. How many did you get right on your first try? If you missed some questions, replay the video and review the official North Carolina Driver Handbook linked in the description. Like the video, subscribe, and continue to the next part for more practice.